short video series. Today I'm going to talk about the 3 advantages of a family trust. And I'd first ask you, have you ever considered a family trust? So the first advantage is greater control. So that's one thing a lot of people like about setting up a trust, is it gives them some form of control over those assets. Control from the grave, so to speak. So when you establish a family trust, you can set up specific conditions on when or how these assets are distributed. One example of that might be a beneficiary can only have access to the assets when they reach a certain age or milestone, such as graduating college. We've seen examples where trust assets weren't available to the beneficiary until they're 30 years old, or maybe you have an 18-year-old that you feel like might not be responsible enough to handle all that sudden wealth all at once and can, go through it pretty quickly. It takes you a lifetime to build up, and 18 months to spend it all. Sometimes we hear those stories, and then the money's gone, and it's not able to help that beneficiary anymore as it was originally intended. So there are some ways that you can have control from the grave and set up some of these stipulations in these family trusts. So the second thing is that you also get greater privacy and you get quicker distribution, because a family trust is typically going to avoid probate. Trust assets may be able to remain private and pass more quickly to these beneficiaries. The probate process, if assets went through the probate process, then a lot of this information is made public. So setting up one of these family trusts can help with providing some privacy for you and your family. And the third tip that I'll mention here is you could potentially lower your estate tax bill, or just get rid of it completely, depending on the circumstances. So depending on how this trust is set up, there's different types of trusts, so it's important to work with a qualified attorney. But these trust assets, if set up properly, might not be a part of your estate anymore, and therefore not subject to estate taxes from the point you fund that trust on. So there are ways to do that. There are ways to shelter some income, or limit how much of your assets are going to be included in the estate tax calculation. So there's your 3 tips. Family trust can be complicated. So as I mentioned earlier, you'll need the services of an estate planning attorney to really ensure that you set yours up correctly. And also speaking to a certified financial planner, can help you consider how a family trust could fit into your overall estate plan and which types of trusts might best suit your needs. Thanks again for tuning in. We'll see you next time.